What's up guys, it is Mr. Side Hustle here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to give you guys the simplest and easiest way to get listing on eBay right now. And right now we're going to kind of walk you through what it would be like listing your first item. And we're going to list this EV Max promo card from the Shining Fates set I just got. So this is actually a brand new card, and I mean brand new in literal sense. It is sealed, and also it just came out today. So we're going to be listing that item, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the background work that goes into making an eBay listing. If you are new to eBay, this is going to be a great video for you. If you are a kind of intermediate or expert, this video may not really help you a whole lot. I'm going to try to give even some maybe tips for you guys too, but I don't know how much value this will really add. This is really specific to the person that kind of just needs that little extra push to start listing on eBay. So first things first is you always need to find an item, of course. So, for me, again, it was the EV VMAX, but for you, it can really be just about anything. You see like what gets sold on eBay, literally all kinds of stuff. That's what's so great about it. So, don't go out to like thrift stores or anything like that. If you plan on making this a business, start off in your own house. And I know a lot of people say that, but really give it a good look. Sometimes it is so easy to think that, no, I don't have anything that's of value because you don't use it anymore. So it kind of goes to the back of your mind. But if you maybe start looking some of this up, and I'll kind of walk you guys through that in a second, you might find that there is value in some items, especially, the things you're not using. If you're not using something, you might as well sell it, and it will at least give you some practice on eBay, to kind of get your feet wet. So a couple things I recommend looking for in just the average person's house. Look for old video games. If you're like a mother or a father or something like that, and your kids have graduated, look for old video games. Look for old Pokemon cards. Look for board games. Look for old jewelry or toys or clothing. All these type of things do have value. I'm not saying that they're gonna be worth crazy money. Some of them might be, but at the end of the day, it's just, again, something to get started. Another thing to think about is old electronics. I think everyone I know has an old iPhone or old laptop sitting around their house that they can easily turn in to $20, $30, $40, as a parts or laptop or parts phone. So before we jump into actually listing the item, I want you guys to please go down there and hit that, smash that like button. I don't know what I'm saying. And subscribe to this channel. I will be posting all kinds of videos like this. We already have some up. Go check out our previous videos. I also have my 3,000 subscriber giveaway. That is about 2 or 3 videos ago. Go check that out. If you comment on that video what you would buy with the gift card I'm going to be giving away, you have a chance to win, but you also have to be a subscriber and like that previous video. Without further ado, I'm going to show you guys what my little setup looks like. I just made this in about 5 minutes, not even. All those is 2 pieces of paper. Pretty simple. That is a little wooden stand. That's too fancy. You don't need to have that. The papers are against the Shining Fates box. So again, guys, it does not need to be fancy. You can easily go to the dollar store and buy a white plastic tablecloth for $1. You could buy those white poster boards for $1. So, anymore, it's pretty basic and pretty easy to get this type of setup. It doesn't take a whole lot. As you guys can see, I made that with 2 pieces of paper. So that should run you about, a penny or less. But also, as you guys can see, I do have these box lights right here. These are actually a little more expensive. They're about $100. For both of them on Amazon. You can get those a little bit down the road. I wouldn't suggest jumping into something like that, and unless you think you want to. But all you really need is a lamp, a little tiny light, something that makes the item look like it does in real life. And that's the only goal. It doesn't need to be anything more, anything less. So, and specifically with something like cards, you definitely want to show all the detail. So if I was taking pictures right now, my first picture would be like that. I would snap a shot, then I would take a picture of some informative details like the number down there, and then I would take a picture of the corners to show that, and then maybe one shot of the back. So I'd take a shot of that. What I'm gonna be doing is taking you guys over to my phone screen, and I will walk you through step by step on how to list this item on eBay, and I'll kind of give you guys some ideas on how to list other items too. Again, guys, this isn't really supposed to be an in-depth tutorial. I just want this to be something that kind of pushes you in the right direction. And I think so many of you can earn an extra couple $100 a week, an extra $1,000 a week, or even more, and turn this into a real income if you just looked around your house a little bit and just got kind of the push in the right direction. And I'm hoping that today I could be that push for you. Without further ado, let's jump into my screen and we will go through and list this item. All right, guys, so we're going to jump into the eBay app. As you can see, all you have to do is download it if you don't already have it. So I click the eBay app, it would pop up. And then the first thing I'm going to be doing is going up to the search tab, and I'd be typing in what I'm looking for. And what is this? This is an EV. You guys could go back in the video to see the exact item I'm listing. Of course, I can't show you that, but we'll type in the EV Max promo. That's exactly what it is. All right, so there's some listings that are popping up. So it's actually doing pretty well. Now, we don't want to base our information off of the items that are listed. So this is just what people are asking. Of course, people can ask $1 million for it. Does not mean they're going to sell it for that, right? So it's really only what people are willing to pay. So I'm going to go over to filter. I kind of do things naturally. We'll go over to filter. We'll scroll down and we'll hit show more. Go down further and we're going to hit completed items right there. Hit that completed items. And what that's going to show you is all the items that are completed on eBay. And that's going to show you the ones that have sold and that haven't sold. If you hit sold items, that's only going to show you the ones that have sold, obviously. So I always do completed to see, kind of what is the chance I'm even going to sell this item, let alone what the price I'm going to get out of it is. So as you can see here, the first thing we're looking at is, did it sell, right? Did it sell? The answer is yes. They are all selling. I think everyone we see on here is selling. Now, they're not all the exact same as mine. They should all be Shining Fates. But we do see that this is the exact one at the top here. That definitely did sell. The one below that definitely did sell. So the next thing we're looking at is the price. What is the price that's coming out of it? So it's all over the place. It's anywhere between, $16 and up to $40. But, then you have to think, why would that price be higher sometimes? Why would somebody pay that much more? Now we have to look at the date it sold for. So you can see where it says green sold, right next to it is the date that it sold. So this one above me, or this one on the top, which is today's date, 2/19, that sold for 16. Whereas the one below it, 4 days earlier, sold for almost double the price. And why do you think that is? With this particular situation, normally a day or a couple of days doesn't matter. But in this particular situation, this card had more value 4 days ago because the set was not released yet. So those were the people that got early release, and that had value because people wanted the card early. So, you have to take that into consideration. When did it sell? Why would it bring more money then? A lot of times this type of thing will happen during December or November when people are shopping for gifts, and then come January, February, the prices go down a little bit. So it's not an uncommon thing to see big discrepancies between price. Don't overreact. What I would do is, just break it down by simple logic. If you think that the item has a better shot at selling at 16 because, in this situation, that seems where the prices are trending, then list it at that price. There's really no perfect way to do this. You just kind of have to do a gut thing. Some people I know will take the average, so they'll add up all of the cards that sold in the last, let's say month, and they'll take the average price there. That's a totally fine way to do it. In this particular situation, I would definitely err on the side of the $16 to $15 range, because that's going to give your best chance of selling post release date. Again, the ones pre-release date are kind of like a different entity. You can kind of look at it like that. So enough about that. Let's jump into how to actually list it. So let's say I pick the top one. I think that's my exact card. That looks just like mine. Let's do that. I like the title and everything because I'm going to show you guys why that matters. So obviously this is his listing, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to utilize this listing. There's no reason to go out and do my own full listing when I could utilize somebody else's hard work, right? There's no reason. You want to work smart, not hard. So let's be smart here. So sorry you missed out on the item. Below that, sell other items, but below that is sell one like this. So we're going to click sell one like this, and it's going to take us to a listing as if we were listing our own. Then the first thing that pops up is photos, right? So we got to get photos in there. I don't know if this is going to stop my video, so I'm not going to do that. But all you're going to be doing is taking good quality pictures of the item. I showed you guys earlier in the video exactly how I would take the pictures. You can obviously do that however you want. However, just make sure the item is visible. Take multiple pictures so people can get a good idea of what they're buying. People are going to be spending their hard-earned money on items that you're selling. Please do a good job at providing as much information as possible. One thing through my auctions I take pride on and people absolutely love and come back for is good pictures because they know exactly what they're getting. You definitely want to tell people exactly what they're getting and maybe over-exaggerate the flaws a little bit. So let's move on. So we got our photos in there. Let's pretend we took them and did that. Moving on is the title. So we just want to make sure that title is what we want. You can obviously adjust it. I'm personally not. That's perfect for what I want this item to be titled as. I would always stick with other people that have been doing it a long time. As long as it matches your item and it looks good, roll with it. So that is my exact card. I'm double checking to make sure I'm not accidentally listing a different one. Now we go down, we got the item specifics. This is nothing to be scared of here. This is all pretty basic stuff. it already is pre-filled in for us. So all this information is correct. It is new. One thing I'm going to warn you guys with condition, and I don't want to kind of get too much into the details here with listings, but you want to be careful listing items as new unless they are brand new sealed. But you really need to be careful listing items that have an open box or not factory sealed as brand new. What sometimes you want to do is list them as used and just say they were never used in the description. But you definitely don't want to say it's new if it has an open box. And some people do it and they get away with it, but I would definitely say that that's not a good idea because people can come back at you and say, oh no, this is not sealed actually. So in this situation, this Pokemon card is legitimately sealed. I would be careful with listing loose cards that are not actually in a factory seal as new. I would just list them as used and just show the condition in the pictures. People don't care what you have it listed as. They care about the pictures, but someone who's trying to scam you or scheme, they can easily use that against you when they fight with eBay about it, okay? So just be careful. This is something to limit some problems that you might experience in the future. So moving on, all of this information does look correct. You just want to double check to make sure there's no grade on it. None of this information applies. Of course, you could fill in more of this information, depending on how much information you have for the item. I don't see anything particularly that needs to be mentioned, so I'm not going to jump into any of that. So we're good on item specifics. It's a pretty basic category. It looks confusing, but it's actually not bad at all. Moving on, we have the category that is perfectly fine, individual cards. Of course, you could always change that to something else, but we're not going to do that in this situation. Just match the category with the item, and try to find, to some degree, your item, right? Moving on, we have the description. So everything in this description is correct. The only thing that I'm going to change is because of the shipping. We'll jump to the shipping right now. We'll kind of skip over pricing for a second. So we go down to delivery, right? It's already recommended at USP first class. So I'm actually going to change that. We're going to go to, we click the shipping thing. We're going to click, this package is probably going to weigh, you want to weigh this ahead of time, but I'm just kind of going to estimate here. I wouldn't recommend doing that with any item more than a couple ounces. But anyways, we click the 2 ounces. We're good there. We go down to first, we click the shipping service. This is depending on who you want to use. Personally, for this one, I'm going to use eBay standard envelope for trading cards up to $20. That makes the most sense here. It's cheap. It gets a tracking number. They just added this feature on actually. So this is a new thing. Because you used to have to send it first class. And as you can see, the cost of first class was much higher. It was over 8 times the price, or seven or 8 times the price. So definitely going to use the eBay standard, but you guys just have to decide which one you're going to use. I'm going to give a shipping tutorial in a future video, but just look up the rules on which one you can and can't use for certain items. Over a certain amount of weight, you can't use first class. Obviously you want to try to avoid all the really expensive ones like the 1-day mail and all that. You don't want to get into paying like $60 or $70 to ship something that's not worth, shipping. Kind of be smart about this area. I don't want to jump too deep into it. This video is going to be too long. So we'll do a future video on that. But moving forward, let's go back to pricing. So I'm sorry, with the delivery, we have it set as calculate shipping. We're actually going to do free shipping in this situation. You can decide on how you want to do that. Some people offer free shipping on all their items, but you can get burnt if you're not careful. So be careful in that area. But I'm going to actually do the free shipping here because it cost me 71 cents and it looks better when you have free shipping on there. People love free stuff. Or you can leave it as buyer pays calculated shipping or buyer pays flat rate. If you're just getting started, I would most likely say to do the buyer pays calculated shipping and actually weigh your item and make sure everything's good there. If you don't already have one, please buy a digital scale of up to 100 pounds down to an ounce or whatever, a tenth of an ounce. They cost like 15 or 20 bucks on eBay or Amazon, and they're totally worth it. So I would definitely buy one of those. If there's one item out of everything to list your items, I would say a scale is probably the most crucial. So definitely buy that. But you can get away with not. You can stick to flat rate boxes and things, but we're not going to get into all that. I'm not going to confuse you guys more than you probably already are. So let's go down to pricing here. Up to pricing. We have something already recommended is an auction. Personally, I don't want to sell this item auction, so I'm going to sell it as a buy it now price, a flat price. So we'll turn off the auction button and we see buy it now. They recommend us trending price at $39. That doesn't seem correct. Okay, so sometimes their recommended prices are kind of all over the place. I wouldn't base your information off these. I'm going to turn off offers because I do not want to take offers on this item. You can, of course, if you want to, you can take offers and you could allow a minimum only. Like say you put the item at $20, you could put your minimum at $10. So anything below $10 offers will automatically be declined. But we're not going to allow offers here. Let's go into pricing. Like I said, we're going to list it right about $16. So we'll do $16 flat. You can do like $16.95, $15.95, whatever, kind of formula you want to use. There's really no right or wrong way to do that. That's the pricing that I decided on. Again, you just have to determine that based on, how others' items are selling, how quick you want your item to sell, etc. So we're good here. We only have one quantity. We're not going to schedule anything with it. We're just going to get it listed immediately. Moving on, we did the shipping already. Moving on to preferences, right? We have handling time. Now decide this based on your own lifestyle. If you're someone who works a job, from 6 to 6 p.m., 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., you're going to have trouble getting packages out on time because the post office closes at 4:30. Sometimes it may be some places it closes at 5:30, but you're going to have trouble getting it there on time. So depending on how quickly you think you could get the item shipped, put that as the shipping time. So some people do same day, some do 1, some do 2, some do 3. I remember in eBay used to allow you to do up to, I think, 20 days. They changed that, obviously. I think 3 is the max now, but definitely be careful here. This can get you in some serious trouble if you're not careful. If you set it as same day and you're shipping, all your packages late and you only have like 100 sold items, you will get kicked off. You need to be very careful not to overestimate how quickly you can get an item shipped out. It's easy to do, so always go with caution. I would say just leave it at 3 business days until you're ready to move up. So it just gives you more time to kind of get things together, get the item ready. 3 business days is plenty of time. So moving on is the return policy. So the return policy is up to you. Personally, I really never accept returns unless it's my fault. You can obviously change that if you'd like. I'm not going to jump into the return policy a whole lot. Again, this video is getting kind of long. I just want to get you guys through your first listing. But that's basically it, guys. And you kind of scroll back through, make sure everything looks good. Again, we would normally have photos in there. But after it's all said and done, everything's basically good to go. And we're going to hit list your item. So nonetheless, guys, that is how you do it. I just wanted to kind of give you guys maybe that push that you might need. What's up, guys? This is Mr. Side Hustle from the future. The item that we just listed is already sold. It only took a couple hours, I believe. So that just shows you the power and how quickly you can make money on eBay. To get started on eBay, I really, really recommend it. It's not something you need to have as a full-time income, but it can easily act as a supplemental income. Heck, if you start making $500, $600 even just a month, you can pay your rent with that. You can pay your utilities with that. You can pay for all kinds of different things. You can invest it and save up for retirement. There's so many great things about reselling, and it's not necessary to make, for me personally, it's a full-time job, but it's not necessary to make it that. You can easily make it this side gig that you only do a little bit, and you can make a couple extra $100 a month, couple $1,000 a month. Who knows? Maybe grow it into something bigger if you wanted to. But I just wanted to give you guys maybe that little bump that you might need. Again, if you know anyone that you think would be good at selling on eBay or just to get started on it, just need that little bump, send them this video. I think it will help them. And if you guys have any questions, at all, I would be completely happy to answer them for you. Leave them down below. Also, guys, comment what your favorite site is to use and what your favorite site is to sell on. For me personally, I always loved eBay. However, now, of course, I do my own thing, but I know some of you guys might love Mercari or Posh, or there's all kinds of different places. I know a lot of you guys sell on Facebook. So let me know what your favorite one is to use and tell me why, because I think that information will also help other people watching this video. So let's try to share some ideas down there and kind of lift each other up and get each other going on eBay. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Check out that video, the 3,000 subscriber giveaway. You'll get a $25 eBay gift card if you win. You just have to comment on that. But that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you.